And so in this episode, we're going to go over to the SOFISTIK Reinforcement tab and discuss the tools that we have here, all of which can be extremely helpful to you when you're doing the shop of concrete structures. I should note this again, that in order to use the SOFISTIK Reinforcement, you should go to the Structure tab first, and then the Reinforcement section. Also, you should be probably familiar with the process of rebar placing and the rebar coupler. So first, from the Structure tab, we open up the Reinforcement settings, because there are a couple of settings that we can't really change after we're done starting the rebar placing process. So I'll check the boxes here and then go here, check the use reinforcement rounding box. Then here the bar length should be on nearest and then 10 millimeters. And then the bar segment length should be round up for about, let's go with 25 millimeters for now. The higher this is, the better. And then here we have both of these two on nearest and then 25 millimeters for each. All right, after that, let's just take a look at the rest of the settings. They're all fine for now. This one's all right, so we'll just press OK to close this. And then we head over to the SOFISTIK tab. Here we have tools such as mark and tag in detail, then modify, create, fabric, check, schedule, and other. So the first thing we do is go over to the settings. Although if we click on any of these tools here, this window opens up. It's discussing the content pack, so just press OK for now. Here we have the different packs. The first one's German, then the EU, FR, UK, and US. For now, I'll choose the US pack and open it up. So now all of the annotations, the rebar type, and all of the settings concerning the structural shop have been imported. We just have to wait for the process to finish. And after it's done, this window pops up. Here in the General tab, we have the language settings. And when you put it on Revit, it just applies the names that are used for the tools in the Revit file itself already. Next, we have the standard used for the bar shape, which we're going to put on this for now. Then we have the calculation used for the bend reinforcement length. And the first one is on the basis of outside dimension, and the second one is on the center. We'll put it on the center line for now. After that, we have the destination that is used for the content pack. And then we have the settings used for annotation. Here you can choose the dimension for the linear dimension setting, which we can also change later on. Then we have the use multi-rebar annotation box. We'll check that for now. And then the place tag. We can change these settings later on if you want to, but they're fine for now, so we'll progress. So just press OK for now. So my suggestion is that first we head to the structural rebar section and proceed to delete the rebar types that are preset for the Revit file itself, just so we can keep our work as cleanly as possible. And then we have the rebars used by the SOFISTIK reinforcement itself. Here you can assign them the material that you want. And then here you have the mass per length parameter that you can put in as well. And so here you can see it says the type 6 rebar equals 4 diameters. This is actually talking about the bent diameter part that we have here in the dimensions. Here, as you can see, it says it specifies the diameter of non-hook bends of the selected bar type. And so you can change the equation whenever you want and put in the number of diameters that are going to be in it as well. We usually use the ×4 formula, so I'll just select the ×15 ones here and delete them as well in order to keep our work clean. And there we go. So let's see, we have the type 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. It doesn't have the type 18, but you can make a duplicate of the type 16 yourself and then rename this one to 18. All right, then double click on it. Then here in the bar diameter section, I'll put in 18 and then OK. After that, we have the type 20, 25, 28, 32, and the rest as well. You can also add any of the types that are missing. So in the next step, we'll head over to the Create section here, and then I'll explain about the tools that we have here. Here you have two options that are named Distribute and Face Rebar. The Distribute is a very interesting tool that is used for places where we have arches or very complex structures. For example, I'll go here to the Model in Place section, and then, for example, choose the Structural Columns type. Alright, and then after we're done putting that in, I'll go here and select the Blend tool, then draw a rectangle here, and then select the Edit Top option. Alright, then draw another one right over here. Then I'll select the second rectangle and then rotate it a bit. There we go. Then I'll finish this up and then put the second end on, for example, 5 meters. Alright, it looks a bit too big, so I'll click on the Edit Base option, then go over to the top view, then here select the shape itself, and then use the Scale tool. Alright, after that, put this on the graphical type, and then click on the Edit Top. Alright, then select the shape and delete, and then I'll draw a new rectangle here. Alright, now I'll select it again and then click on Scale, and after that put the scale on 0.75. Alright, then rotate it for 45. Then click on Finish, and then we'll just assign some material to it and then finish. In order to use this, you'll have to select and assign a base rebar first. Now I'll open up the View Specific Element Graphics menu and put the transparency on 50. And then I'll make a duplicate of the shape itself. Alright, let me just select this one and make it transparent as well. After that, we go to the first level of the plan. Then I'll select this and click on the Rebar tool, then OK. Then here I'll select the rebar type, and then the diameter is going to be on 10. Then after that, I'll select the Near Cover Reference option. Alright, back to parallel to work plane, then perpendicular to cover. Alright, this one's fine. This one's on parallel, so I'll click on this shape. And there we go. Then I'll open up the visibility option and put this on solid and OK. Then I'll put this on fine so we can see the rebar. And as you can see, it's right here. Then we select the rebar itself, and then I go up here and click on the Distribute option. As it says, first we have to select the rebar to distribute. And so we select the rebar itself, right-click cancel, right-click cancel, and then this window opens up. Now we have two choices, parallel or perpendicular. First, let's put it on parallel. Here you can select the layout, and the options that you have here are the same as the ones that we have on the normal layout setting. I'll put it on maximum spacing for now, and the spacing is going to be 250 millimeters. After that, I'll click OK. Alright, and as you can see, the rebars have been distributed as such. And the abnormal shape that it has may be to the fact that there is a lot of twist in the rebar itself. So now I'll select the rebars, and then from the structural menu, I'll increase the cover. Let's put it on 75 millimeters for now, which could have helped us if we had done it before actually placing the rebars. And there we go. So then we go over here, Ctrl Z, then I'll select the Distribute option again, then select the rebar itself. Now you can press the Escape button twice or cancel twice. Then here I'll select the same options and then check the box that says create rebar perpendicular to distribution path. Then I'll press OK, and here it is. Now I can select this, and then let's just hit Ctrl Z for now. Then I'll use the distribute tool again and then select the rebar. Then press escape twice. Now this time I'll uncheck the box and check the perpendicular box instead. Now in the perpendicular tab itself, we have the layout itself, which is the same as the one in the parallel menu, which for now I'll set on maximum spacing, and then put in 250 millimeters. Then we can select the bar type that we're going to use. We'll put it on 18 for now. Then we have the offset itself, which we'll put on 250 as well. And we have two boxes which we're going to tick, which say include first and last. Then here we'll select the segments that we're going to create the rebar after. We don't actually have a segment for now, so I'll just select this and then finish it up. Alright, and then OK here. And if you actually take a look at the plan itself, you can see how it's been distributed. Alright, so after that, I'll delete it. Alright, then I go here and select the distribute option again. Then here, press escape twice. Now this time, we'll check the parallel box. Alright, put the spacing on 250 and then check the perpendicular box as well. And there we go. Another method that we have is going here and selecting the distribute tool. And then after that, we'll open up the visibility menu for the SOFISTIK reinforcement tool. OK here. Now I can go over here and select the split tool and try to split the rebar here. Alright, press OK on this. The error says the rebar containers are not supported. Let's see if we can use the explode tool instead. And alright, now that they've been separated, we can use the distribute tool again. Then select the rebar itself and escape twice. Now this time I'll check the box for the perpendicular tab and put it on fixed number this time. The quantity is going to be 4, and then let's see what else. These are all fine, so select these segments, and it's going to be these 4 here. Then finish, and OK. So as you can see, 250 is too much for the offset, and they've been put way inside. I'll hit Ctrl Z for now, and then select the distribute tool once again. Now I'll check the perpendicular box instead, put the layout on fixed number and 4, and then using an offset of 0, I'll select the segments. Alright, here select the 4 rebar sides, and then OK here. Alright, so it says there has to be some level of offset at least to avoid the error. So select the distribute tool, then here go to the perpendicular tab, put in the same numbers as before, but this time using an offset of 20. Then select the segments again and finish it up. OK, and it turns out just the way that we wanted it. Then I'll press OK here so you can see it clearly. And that's how you can create shapes using the distribute tool.